We're live. We're live. Forgot my microphone. Welcome to the Money GPS Live. We are here. We are here. Let's get it on. All right. Welcome to the Money GPS Live. Thank you for being here. All right. Getting everything ready on my end over here. Okay. Live on Instagram. Welcome, I see your comment. Thank you very much. Okay. And live on TikTok. All right. Good stuff. Welcome everybody. Dan, welcome. I've been watching more gardening videos. Epic gardening, I think it's called, the channel. Loving that gardening stuff. Home gardening, business for business. All good stuff. Hello, hello from New York. Nice thumbnail. Don't know how you have the time. I can do a good thumbnail. Like most of the time, I'm just putting my face on top of an existing thumbnail, putting the text on top. So it doesn't take too long. Most of the work actually is finding the picture initially. So it's somebody else who's done the nice photography and so on, and they share that image. Like in the shirt? Yeah. Dan, check this out. Yeah. Let's see. You must get help with the No, I don't. I do my own thumbnails. Janet was kind of rough on you last. My phone is broken. I smashed the like button too hard. You have to. That's what you have to do, okay? All right. I'm checking out if I look okay on the screen. My video last night that I posted this morning, I watched it after, and the green screen was going all wacky. I don't know what it was. I couldn't tell during the recording. I can't see my own thing while I'm recording. And then after I realized, oh my God, terrible. When will the masses wake up? The masses are never going to wake up. That's the unfortunate part. Today we are talking about what the future will look like. That's what the topic of today is, and that goes for society, that goes for the financial system, that goes for the food supply, everything. We're going to talk about all of that today. We got 53 people in the house. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Tell everybody, by hitting that like button, you're telling everybody this is good. All right. Thumbnail game is on point. Thank you. By the way, what do you think of building mini RVs as a business for cheap off-grid living? Absolutely 100%. What I would do is immediately go check out in my area. Number one, what are the rules, what are the regulations? And I would see what the competition is like. And not that that's a bad thing. See if the competition is there. See if the demand is there. How do you see the demand? One easy way, do a search. Go to Google Trends, and you go to Google Trends, you see what is the search, and then you could get down locally into your area. Okay, you could see what that's like. Then I would go to, what else? If I go to Amazon, for instance, I would search up some of the keywords for that particular thing. RV, mini RV, things to do with RV, go to the search, and it gives you how many results there are. And then you compare it to something is quite popular. Okay, so you can get a kind of a range of how, what the demand is like. What else would I do? I would go on Kijiji, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, whatever the classified ads program, app, website is big for you in your area, because of course it depends. Then I would search those. Are there other people doing the same thing? Okay. How popular are these websites? How popular are if you go to Craigslist, I believe it gives you a counter of how many views have hit that page. Okay, this thing posted yesterday, already there's 150 views. Hey, the demand is there. That's how I would start my market research. That's the only way I would know. Are gems like rubies, sapphires, and the like good investments and to hold your purchasing power? In general, I would say yes. Jewelry, even something like a Rolex, could be good. Why? Because you know that the price is going to go up next year. Tiffany jewelry, okay, might not seem like a good investment, but next year, price is probably going to be higher. Assuming the economy goes okay and everything like this, and especially the luxury market usually doesn't take a dip, you can see the price year after year after year. Their prices are automatically locked into this scheme that they have, 5% a year, 10% a year, whatever it is. So the only problem with that is that the rubies, the sapphires, and so on, you got to know what you're getting into, okay? Because I actually asked a jeweler about this, and he said, if you know about precious metals and you understand that market, do that market. You'll do better than if you just buy a diamond. So it all depends. It all depends. That's what I would say. Tax hike coming. You're asking that. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I believe that the answer is yes. The middle class will experience the biggest tax increase that we've ever seen ever. TikTok, how are you? A lot in the financial systems happening in China right now. Did that video that posted this morning, all devoted to China, and that is part of it. It's just part of it, but I think it's important. Buying gold to get land. So my assumption here is that you're saying buy gold right now, wait for it to appreciate, and then convert that to land. Could happen, could be good, but we don't know how the cycle is going to occur and so on. It all depends. Really, it's really difficult to be able to tell. I like both. I like both of them. What's up with gold and Bank of America? They said last year the gold market price should be at 3,000. What happened? Yeah, I don't. This is the way I see gold. When all else fails, then they turn to gold. Straight up. When all else fails, then they turn to gold. That's the way it is. Insider here. Good night, friends. Love these tons of insights. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being on the Money GPS Insider. All right, Money GPS Insiders is my way of getting to you directly. I think it's fantastic. I procrastinated for a long period of time. It's expensive to set up. I did this so that I was hoping that people get the email. If thousands of people get the email and they come in externally and go and start watching the video, that's gonna boost everything up. That didn't happen. Okay, so that didn't happen. But the point is, I can get around the censorship. So I don't need to worry because thousands and thousands of people, I've got their email address and I could send them the video. If suddenly I'm not on YouTube, I can go to another platform and now thousands of people, I can email, hey, check out my video, and it's just on a different platform. So at least I have that. So, to sign up to the Insiders, which is available at themoneygps.com, here's my plug right here. moneygps.com. You go there, you just input your email. It's totally free, obviously. No spam, no garbage. It's 5 days a week. You get the email, the video of the day. themoneygps.com. Hello. Diamond prices are artificially inflated. I agree. Doesn't mean that it won't go up. I mean, compare it to the stock market. I mean, that's talk about artificially manipulated. Great channel. Weird YouTube news has far overtaken many news channels. Still different. Yeah, that's for sure. A lot of people, they're so tired of all the nonsense. I don't think a lot of them are doing people a good service with their nonsense that they've been telling people, but at least it shows you that people are they've had enough with CNN and Fox News and all this other garbage. Don't forget to hit that like button. We got 61 likes right now. Let's hit it. Welcome today. Today we are going to talk about what the future will look like, whether that's financially, whether that's the health, environment, economy, job situation, and so on. What will the future look like? That's today's topic. That's what we're getting into. We need to make products, manufacturing. I completely agree with that. And I also think more importantly than anything else, food. Food. We need to have locally grown food. This is more important than anything else. And if you live in a very warm climate, the food is more in abundance, especially year round. But if you're in a colder climate and you get one growing season, that's it. That's the end of that. This is something that has to change. And how do you change it? Entrepreneurs can have an influence on it, that's for sure, by setting up something indoor gardening and so on and sell to the local community. And as well as, I think even more important than that is people growing in their backyard. Every backyard should have some food in it. If you have a backyard, you gotta have food in it. There's a line that says, grow food, not grass, something like this. What is it? No, I'm confused myself. Grow food, not lawns, something along those lines. Yeah, so there's certain topics that I'm not allowed to talk about. Um, I'm not allowed to talk about certain topics on this platform. But just look into you'll find it. I had done videos before, and maybe they're still on the internet somewhere. But just search related to that topic, and you're gonna find it. There's lots and lots of books. There's lots and lots of information out there. So unfortunately, I can't talk about this platform. Just the way it is. I can't do it. I can't. Like I'm literally, if I start talking about it, then um, gone. So I'm already dealing with the shadow bans and everything. It's hard enough to get the likes. Just to hit the like button and so on is difficult. I mean, just trying to get out of a shadow ban process. Shadow ban, by the way, doesn't technically exist. They call it authority level, and TikTok publicly actually discloses this. But there are 4 levels of authority inside TikTok, which is probably something very similar to YouTube. And so as soon as you do one bad thing, they push down. If you go against community guidelines, they push you right down to the very bottom of authority. What does that mean? That means that the chances of somebody actually seeing your video is minimal. Now, maybe I could search for it, and I could, if I find the exact channel's name or whatever, hey, it's still there. You're not shadow banned. What are you talking about? But the chances that you're gonna actually show up to another viewer is extremely small. So if you're having, for example, you're doing all these videos, everything's going great, it's going fine, like how my channel used to grow. Channel was growing. Okay, and to be honest with you, the quality of the videos has improved over time, and the content has been tighter and everything. But the channel was growing back then, and then suddenly I hit a nerve. So at some point I hit a nerve in the system, and then the growth just turned right off. It just turned right off, and I just sidelined like this. And why? Because I could not come up right now today, could not come up into new subscribers feeds, to new potential subscribers feeds. So that's what they do. So there is a way to climb out of that. I'm hopeful. I know that on TikTok it is absolutely possible. And so I do what I can. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. A lot of financial streamers are saying that everything unravels at once on Tuesday. There's a lot of dates that they have said, this date, that date. It doesn't come true. And then, like, there's a lot of weird things, like, especially since 2020 until now. They were saying how, you know, all kinds of weird things are going to happen, whatever. And it just didn't happen. So I'm not, don't hold your breath, maybe, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Usually it's not one single event that takes place that unravels everything and we know it in advance. It's usually, okay, Lehman Brothers failed, now things started to turn down and whatever. So we'll see. A lot of panic buyers in my area. Wow, man, I'm good, but whew, lots happening. Water is being conserved due to the storms. Mother Nature's revenge. It's a wild world, I'll tell you that. Freedom of choice. Do you think someone at the Fed found out about you and had you shadow ban? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the system, I don't know what content I did that triggered anything, or maybe it wasn't specifically one event. I mean, I used to get demonetized very regularly. I used to get like I got a strike on my channel. All these different things happened. I know that a lot of people reported my channel. A lot of things like that happened, and I can't really pinpoint what it was, but it's difficult to make a business out of this when you're really like right up against the line in what you can say. If you ever hear me stuttering and but it's because I'm already censoring myself as I go through my speech, and yeah, it's not the best way, but we'll see. When you launching that whole food wood, but so yeah, so about the food thing. So just to be clear, I only use that as an example of something that I could do. Why? Because it's so important and so on. That requires, I saw some weird comments, people saying like the government's gonna catch you if you do that, or you don't have the paperwork to do it. Or obviously, you have to go to the FDA, get everything certified. You have to have a facility that's certified, whatever it is, right? I'm not saying I'm going to go buy it and bag it and actually ship it to people. I'm going to be using 3PLs, third-party logistics services, and this and that. That was the point of that. But people somehow mistook that. Like I said, an example of something. My intention here is to combine the skills that I have of logistics and importing, exporting, all these different things, dealing with suppliers, and then apply that to the Money GPS. And what is the most important thing? That is the food, right? People don't need trinkets. They don't need necessarily to buy t-shirts and things, but they do need food. They do need supplies. They do need all of these things. So I'm trying to get working on that. I absolutely, I'm telling you right now, but I'm going to move the Money GPS to this new stage of what I'm doing. I'm going to be changing a few things. Looks like the business is not going to grow. That's okay. I'm just going to work with it. I will continue to bring out a video every day. And then I'm gonna my other business to work on, put some extra time into. It's just the way it's got to be. So, it could happen in the near future, maybe in 2022 by the time I get anything going. Tell us about the water shortage. It seems like it's going on in a lot of different places, but I mean, depending on where you are and so on. That's why people should have their own water. If you're in one of these areas that you're prone to have water shortage, you got to start collecting water. You got to. You have to. And they say that you're not supposed to in certain areas and this and that. And I just don't understand. I'm just saying, protect yourself. You have your liberty and so on. Do it right. Do it right. Okay. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. That's all. Thank you for the support. Team Hunley. Catalytic converters theft are skyrocketing in my area. The loss of benefits will cause even more crime. I completely agree with that, actually. Whenever you have, let me say this, wherever there is more prosperity, you're going to have lower poverty, lower crime, lower problems. More prosperity, you have more of a bright future ahead of you. You're not going to go off and do crazy things. And how do they, create a subservient class of people? I think it's pretty obvious. You starve them out. Many different ways they can do this. A lot of different ways they can do this. Absolutely. I think you know, people, individuals, and that's kind of what we'll talk about today. What will the future look like? That's the topic for today's video. Um, People should absolutely be taking more control. The more self-sufficient you are, the less you got to worry about it. If you got a little bit of land, I'm not talking about a big piece of land. You got good neighbors on your all your sides. You're growing your food. You're catching your water. You're making things happen. I know that people, they figured out incredible ways to heat their property. Like people are using geothermal heat, for instance. Other people, I saw a greenhouse being heated with its own, like the heat that it generates inside of there, then bringing that heat underneath the greenhouse and then heating it. I mean, incredible things that people are doing. Everything. I mean, people are doing all kinds of stuff, aquaponics, and like they're just trying everything. They're sharing it online, and we're learning about it. We can learn off that stuff for free. Maybe it doesn't work for you. Maybe you don't like it, but hey, all that information is there, and we need to take those steps. Whatever you like, you got to do it. We got to try. If you just sit back and wait, you're going to be crushed. You're going to be crushed. The future isn't friendly. Okay, the future isn't friendly. But the future has a lot of there's a lot of potential benefits out there that we didn't have many years ago. There's a lot of tools and technology and leverage that we can apply today, both in the financial world and and sort of, let's say for gardening, for instance, right? Like if you wanted to do a garden many years ago, you'd have to maybe go to the store, go to the nursery, speak to those people there. Now you can get entire courses on the internet basically for absolutely for free. You can learn that skill. You have places like rareseeds.com where you can go there and get things you literally can't buy. Money cannot buy these things, and you can grow them in your garden for literally pennies. So there's like a lot of advantages today that we didn't have before. Thank you. Janet Yellen swimsuit calendar fun. I love that. I really love that because Janet Yellen, thank you for the support. I mean, what can I say about Janet? She's got the way to move me. All right. I think that's Neil Diamond. Probably butchered the lyrics. People are still trying to fix their home in New York. $60 billion in damages. Wow. And I saw 700,000 are without power down in the south. Let me see. I just read that. Yeah, New Orleans. 700,000 still in the dark. Hope everybody, if anybody's there right now, hope you're all right. Someone stole the catalytic converter right out of my neighbor's car in the middle of the night. Terrible. It's so terrible, honestly. People don't understand that the effort that they apply to do these things, if they would only apply that same level of effort to a simple business like flipping products, buying them at Walmart clearance, and then selling them on Amazon, they could be doing it from their computer and making so much cash, and they could be doing that from anywhere in the world. Instead, they got to take a huge risk to go and make some money. Yeah, I realize maybe they're making a lot of money doing it, but is it worth it? Is that what people want to do? Whatever, I guess so. Rice and beans, 50-pound bags of rice, good stuff. By a distiller. Love distilling, yep. Rain barrel, water filter, maybe emergency water, all good stuff. All good stuff. Good stuff, guys. Rare Seeds. Let me see. I think it's rareseeds.com. Yep. I don't know if whenever I try to post a link, I don't know if yeah, there. If you guys can see that, I just posted it somewhere in the comments. Rareseeds.com. I've never ordered from it myself, but I have heard of this resource. All kinds of things. You never heard of these things before, and you can grow them. Money cannot buy these things. Singing GPS. Yeah. Microgreens grow in less than a week. Yeah. Oh yeah. Microgreens awesome. maybe it needs a little bit more attention than some other things like a potato or something, but you get so much food. And actually, the business behind that, incredible, incredible. Some people are doing an incredible job. All right, here we go. First of all, thank you for the support. Is there such thing as being over prepared? Don't you really just need enough to outlast most people? Then there's plenty for everyone left, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, maybe you could be over prepared, but does anybody say to themselves, for example, you get business insurance, somebody's $2 million business insurance, somebody sues you, the payout's $1 million, you got $1 million left on that. I mean, nobody's gonna say, oh, I should have only got the $1 million business liability because I didn't even use it. Probably not, right? People don't think like that. They say, oh, thank God I had the insurance there. I would have had to pay $1 million out of pocket. That's the way I see it. Now, some people just go like, the bunker and the whole 9 yards. Maybe that's not necessary. Maybe it will be. I don't know. But all I know is that the vast majority of people take 0 steps, zero, in order to be prepared. 0 steps. I mean, you got to have that, especially if you have the space. You should be filling some of that space, not with trinkets, not with nonsense, but with things that may help you. Maybe they help your family. Whether it could be any number of things. My husband wants to know if you can explain the repo market. Absolutely. Okay, repo. You still in the house here? I think you've left. If you come back, let me know. Repo market. Grow lights? Yeah, some people do it in very, very cheaply. I mean, look on YouTube. Look at the videos about these growing indoors, all kinds of different things. It's really good. Buy heirloom seeds from Amazon while you still can. Yeah, there's all kinds of places you can get them from. GPS should make a Janet Yellen swimsuit calendar. Sell that one. You know what the crazy part is? It would probably sell pretty well. Like if you do all the people from the Federal Reserve and make it like a Baywatch kind of theme or something, I feel like they would do so well. I don't think you're allowed to use other people's likenesses in things that you're like commercially selling or whatever. So, but it would be really funny. Palladium and platinum, absolutely. Don't forget about the other precious metals, right? Gold and silver. They're money. They're money. Long time too, but platinum, palladium also have their place. America's future looks out of the old Roman Empire. Yes, Steve, in many ways it does. Okay, what does the future look like? What does the future look like? Let's talk about this in a second here. Let me see if there's, I thought I just saw, okay. Ryan, thank you for the support. No such thing as being overprepared. We should look out for each other as a local community where possible. I completely agree. What I would say is every backyard have some food. Have some food. But what I would love to see, I'm dying to see this, that all of these Sears and J.C. Penney and all this garbage that's going away like the dodo bird, to be replaced with indoor growing where you can get your greens. So maybe you can't get all your food there, but could you get, depending on what you eat, could you get 50% of your food there? Maybe you could. People eat a lot of greens. I personally would love to see that. Now you might argue, hydroponics, yeah. But the fact that, so personally for me, I would rather get hydroponically grown salad from literally like a 5-minute distance from my house than get it from on a truck from Mexico all the way through the US up to the Great White North. Okay? That's me. I would rather get that. I can literally, like, even if it's all done by machines and this and that, where that machine picks it right as I get there, maybe they'll have an app where I can hit the button. Oh, I have arrived. The machine goes out. It cuts it. It picks it. It brings it right to me. It's fresh. Brings it right in, delivered. home, done. Like, to me, that is amazing. I think entrepreneurs will absolutely be doing this in the future, but we got to step it up. We got to step it up, and my hope is that in order to stave off collapse in the commercial real estate on the retail side, that these businesses need that, you've got malls that are empty, but they could be converted into something like this. Is it perfect? Are there problems along the way? Does it, if you, yeah, of course it does. But let's, problem solution, not wait for the government to do anything. They're not going to do anything. So there's two levels to that. Number one, we have our own food, but number two, the community can have their food and actually have jobs for people. Okay, there could be jobs at these places. So maybe you used to work at the Sears over there, but now you work at this new facility. That's fantastic. Okay, maybe that's the way it's got to be. I just think, people accuse me all the time, there's never any solutions and so on. I think that's one solution for local communities everywhere, but most, like, especially in the cold environments. You gotta understand, there are places that you get one grow season and that's it. And then millions and millions of people, they're importing their food. Think about it. If you live in Canada, you're importing your food for pretty much half the year more from Mexico. Is that good? Is that sustainable? Is that the best way to do things? Or should we have this being grown down the street in that garbage mall that's no longer, it's got half the stores are empty? To me, that's great. That's what I would like to see. And that would create jobs. That would create, in my opinion, would actually reduce the cost of the food, and you wouldn't have the supply chain issues. You wouldn't have to worry because now I can walk. I can walk right to it. I can get what I need. I can go home. I don't have to go to all the big chains and this and that. So there are companies doing this. I talked about it before. App Harvest is one, and I can't remember the name. I'll think of it. But I think even on a smaller level, I think actually on a smaller level, it could be done too. So you just have like one, like these places are huge, like App Harvest and so on. They have huge facilities, but just a bit on a smaller level, like a Caesar or a JC Penney, big place, you can grow a lot of food in there, and you could supply a local area with some good food. It could happen. It could absolutely happen. Anyway, that's a rant. Hydroponics isn't cheap and relies on steady power supply. Doesn't sound viable in the kind of future you are talking about. I would disagree. I would disagree with that, but we'll see what happens. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think, people will do, like, what are they gonna do? They're just gonna. Are they going to get incentives from the government to do it? Are they going to get the tax rebates and write-offs? No, they're just going to open up a hedge fund or something and do it that way. That's where entrepreneurs are going to put their money, because there's no incentive for them to do that. But I'm talking about, as a community, we need to feed each other. We need to protect each other. We need to help each other. I believe the taper's coming. I believe taper's coming. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, everybody. What's going on? I'm not seeing enough thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. I want to see thumbs up right here. Right there. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. All right. Anybody know Epic Gardening? I think it's called Epic Gardening. Started watching a few of those. They can't taper. I disagree. The thumbnails are killing me. Thank you, thank you. Try to make them a little bit funny. Putting my face in uncomfortable situations or funny little things, and you know. All right, looking at your comments here. I'll give you $100 when you change that brick background. LOL. Are they real or fake? It's real. It's real, but I'll change it for you, okay? How's this here? You want that instead? Let's do that. Let's have some fun. There you go, Steve. Changed it for you. This is my living room. The piano, where is it? Here. Got a grand piano. Gotta play that. What do we got here? What is that? A television, apparently. Playing cards? Is that playing cards right there? This is a nice house, actually. Quite nice. So there you go. Changed it for you. Make large community gardens. In fact, yeah, you can find community gardens where you are. I'm sure if you type in your city, type in community gardens, you're gonna find it. The future looks great. Runs out of the room crying. Yeah, sometimes it seems like that. Rainbows, unicorns, and kittens. We can't grow avocados in the north. You're right. Can't. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. I'm very grateful. Please ask a question. I will respond to that question. Thank you for that. If you won't give, oh, thank you. I didn't see that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the care and all the support from you guys. All right. Just reading your comments here, talking about, there we go. Your channel I'm promoting for one reason, your sincerity and common sense, and you give no BS. I've checked. Good for you. Thanks. Yeah, thank you, Steve. Yeah, my whole premise here is to give the maximum amount of data in the shortest period of time. And now I'm going to the next level. Okay, I'm telling you right now, what I have planned is going to be important for the daily viewer. Maybe it's just you come to expect from the Money GPS to give the best of the best, and that's my intention. I will try to keep doing that. But for example, if the video, just as an example, if the video is about debt, at the end of the video, there's going to be a thing that would be like, I'll say near the beginning, I'll say, stay to the end of the video, and you're going to get the top 5 tips to get out of debt. So you get the news. And then if you stay to the end, you get, okay, consolidate your debt, do this, So it's going to list like the 5 top tips, and then the video ends. So every video is going to come along with tips related to that subject, okay? And I think this is going to be massive. Personally, I think it's going to be massive because each and every, because I got the how-to and solutions, I've got that playlist, I've got how to make money, I've got how to fix the economy, all these things. But every day, every single day, people are saying, yeah, well, you tell all the problems, but you never solve any. You never talk about solutions. Literally, I've got hours and hours and hours and hours in these playlists. So now every single video right at the end. Maybe if you've heard these things before, yeah, you can just shut it off. But it gives the repetition. For me, I love repetition. I love hearing it over. When you're exercising, you got to do reps. Why? Why can't you just lift it once? No, because the body needs to be trained. Muscle memory, neuromuscular, connections. You need to build those, and that takes time. So it's the same way when you're looking at it with anything, really. With learning, I love to repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over again. I listen to the same audiobooks multiple times. I read the same things multiple times. Constantly. Don't really agree. Even an Amazon warehouse needs consistent power. Yeah, but what's the problem with the power? Are you concerned about like a power out event? The point is, this is the few. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this right now, because I can see some people are having concerns about this. Like, hey, well, we need the power and so on. What we're doing now is absolutely not sustainable. To go and ship your food across 2 countries for a 6-month period, you're wasting energy doing that. You're wasting time, and in my opinion, is extremely unhealthy for your salad to be sitting, your lettuce to be sitting on a truck. It takes however many days, then it sits in the grocery store and all this. No, we want that stuff now. We want to make it happen. And how do we do that? Well, we need to come up with some solutions. And number one, the most important thing is grow your own food. But that's difficult for people. They don't have time, they don't have the energy, they don't have the space, and so on. So we've got to do this in the community. How can we do it? We can have greenhouses, we can make this happen. But there are other new ways that businesses have been doing, like app harvest. And there's another one, I can't remember right now, another big one that is doing the same kind of thing. App harvest. What is the other one? If I could remember it. No, I don't see it. Okay. Anyway, I've posted about it before on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and so on. Oh, all right, you're asking, have you started an investing club with friends and family? No, haven't done that. I do not give any financial advice, even to friends and family and so on. They got to be responsible for themselves and so on. I just can't. I can't. If people, most of the people, they're just going to take whatever they see, recommended by whoever their favorite online guru is and use those tickers and just invest in that. So I don't. But you were asking earlier about the repo market, and I'll say this, okay? Think about whatever you want to say about the repo market. This is the way I look at it. This reverse repos. So these reverse repos, it's money that these commercial banks could be lending out to individuals and companies, but instead, what are they doing? They're cycling it around inside this banking system, back and forth from the Federal Reserve, back and back and back, and it goes in there for a day, and they come up with a little bit of interest. This is as they see it, a guaranteed return. It's a small return, but it happens every single night. Every single night they're doing this, and with over $1 trillion worth every single night moves through that system. You divide that by 80, and that's kind of the money that they're working. Each counterparty, each of these, like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, whoever it is working with that on a daily basis. So imagine you get to turn that over every single night. Interest rates really low, but hey, that accumulates over time. So they've made this thing work, and they are really loving it, and they don't want to take the risk necessarily to give it out to individuals and businesses who may not pay back. So that's the reverse repo market as I see it today. Thank you for the support. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Ryan, thank you for the support. I have bought from Rare Seeds and Willis Orchard and found them to be great options if you own land. Order a soil analysis test. It's not too expensive. Good stuff. Yeah, there you go. Rare Seeds, Willis Orchard, and also the soil analysis test. Yeah, a lot of people, in fact, I was looking at 1 Yard Revolution, who was talking about the fact that through very simple things like wood chips and compost, he was able to actually make his soil fantastic. And then he added different things like rock dust, and it didn't improve the soil quality. So you could do those tests yourself and figure it all on your own. Okay, you can figure that stuff out, and you can make it happen. Okay. FedEx me some avocados from the south, and I'll UPS you some black walnuts for the north. Yeah, barter. Thank you, James. Thank you. I have 3 avocado trees and I live in. Wow. The rats. Oh no. All right. Awesomeness, just respect. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay. Do an interview with Ben from I Allegedly or Scott Walters. I've never heard of them. I can check them out. Never heard of that. All right. I like the fact you're exploring new possibilities with this live and all, but to be honest, this is not very valuable and so much info like the older money GPS better. Sorry. So just to explain, the live is for you to ask me questions and also for us to all interact because people in chat here are talking to each other. I'm still doing the daily video. This is in addition to the daily video. So people, like if you understand, after this goes away, like after we're done, an hour or whatever we do, already 46 minutes in, I make it unlisted. So it's not there anymore. So it's just the video of the day. So if you don't like the lives or what have you, it's okay. You don't have to watch it. It's for people who are interested in that to get to me directly. It isn't often that you can even find a YouTuber that replies to comments. A lot of these channels, you think it's those individuals replying to comments? No, they hire a VA from the Philippines at $4 an hour and they reply to the comments. Okay, that's the way it is. They reply to their Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all that. You think that those people, they've got a million, 3 million, or what have you? They've got those, or a lot of people, they don't even bother. They don't even bother replying. But I've not only replied for 10 years now. I'm the one replying. There's no other person here. Look, the piano's empty. The piano's empty, okay? Beethoven is not here right now. I've made the live. Why? Because I'm like, how can I be sure that people are getting the most out of the Money GPS to be able to dial in? And how can I find out more about my community? I'm doing lives. So I set up this green screen. I made that happen. So the old Money GPS, being the daily video, is still there, and I have no intention on changing that whatsoever. The live is only in addition to what we've already got. All right. Is there another way I can send you money? I'm old-fashioned, plus I don't have Google passwords like the background. You don't have to send anything, but in the links in my description, I have the PayPal and Patreon. That's most of the ways that people do it. I gotta get links set up. I do have like the crypto links and all that for people to do that stuff. So I appreciate everything. People do that. So okay. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Remember, like, I'm grateful for the people that are here. Thank you. We've got 237 likes, 184 people in the house still right now. We've had over 3,600 people coming in and out. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. What will the future look like? I think society is going to continue its decay. You look at the stuff that people are watching on television, it is sickening. It's disgusting. I see some of the things, articles and written about these shows. I've never watched them, but it's sick. It's disgusting. It's quite disgusting. And you look at what people are generally like. So TikTok. Hello, we got a person on TikTok right now. It shows you what's happening with people today. Like, hey, there's some great stuff on TikTok. There's no doubt about it. But you see the kind of stuff that's really popular, the super popular stuff, and it is sad. And it's like if you have children, make sure that they never get a hold of TikTok. Okay, go to TikTok and you open it up, and in the corner of the screen there's a button, and you hit that one button, and now you're watching TikTok live. Okay, and you're immediately, sometimes immediately, you're seeing things that are very inappropriate. Okay, it is not appropriate at all. And then you keep scrolling, you just keep scrolling, and it's just one after the other, and a lot of that stuff not appropriate at all. And you read the comments of the people that are in there, and it's sick. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is the society is decaying very rapidly. People aren't interested in basics. People aren't interested in, I don't know, sharing, togetherness, kindness. No, I've learned that from having a YouTube channel for 10 years. There's a small group of really fantastic people that are truly willing, like, if you were on the side of the road and you were hurt or something, that they would be there to help you. And that's what I love. And that's the people that are here right now. But there's this big group of people out there who would probably run you over if they had the chance. And it's really sad. That's the way I see the future society. Let's talk about the financial aspect in a second here. I just saw this super chat. Thank you. Any opinion on stocks related to shipping, receiving freights? I'm reading stories on shipping crates being bid up to $15,000 spot on freight. Yes, I did. So thank you for the support. I did a video. Let me refill here. Refuel. Yes, thank you. So I did a video, it was a live actually, where I did an interview with somebody in the shipping industry, and we talked all about it. Now let me just give you the download on what's going on. So the price has basically quadrupled in terms of how much a shipping container costs. That's crazy, because what does that do to the underlying price of the product? Of course, it's going to increase it dramatically. In terms of the companies, where is the profit being made in that supply chain? The raw materials are higher. Okay. Is the employee working at the facility or on that different anywhere along the line? Like, are the employees getting paid more money? Are there fewer employees? Are there more employees? Do the businesses have to employ more people today, or are they employing less people today? Are they increasing productivity or reducing productivity? And we got to basically find out, like, where is the profit being made? So yeah, the price is higher. Is there a lot of extra profit? Or is necessarily that we're seeing inflation? Is everything inflating? And then we can go and define what exactly where the best opportunities are. I worry that because things have become extremely expensive, that when that happens, we revert to the mean. I don't think the reversion to the mean, unless we have some major deflation coming our way, that the reversion to the mean in a lot of the prices is going to happen until, towards the, March timeframe next year. Okay, so maybe it'll go even higher past that. But just because Q4, fourth quarter of the year, is always a busy time for shipments. Always, unless there's some sort of deflation, bad stuff happening, just a lot of product is being moved. And you can confirm this by checking out marine traffic. Look at the resource, it's free, marine traffic. And you could determine this for yourself. Every week you go in there, check where the vessels are, check where there's, too many in one area, where they're going to and from, and you could see that for yourself. Don't rely on the articles, don't rely on this and that. So then you could see kind of, what's happening here in the industry and get a good insight. There's also freightwaves.com. That's going to be a better resource than I could bring to you on a daily basis. There's only so much I can cover. Freightwaves.com. So remember, at the Money GPS, and demand it from every single other alternative news, that they need to give you their sources. Where are they getting this data from? Who's telling them? Who is telling them about this information? Are they just pulling it from a Bloomberg article and pretending that they created all this on their own? We got to find the sources, demand the sources. I bring you every single source I can. Every single thing is in the description under sources used in this video, but I always specifically mention the source because I want you to know what's going on, okay? Thank you for the support. You rock, David. Just wonder when or if you will ever get stumped. LOL, you're a wealth of knowledge and an amazing soul for sharing. Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's some topics I don't know, but like when people talk about sports, when people talk about celebrity type of stuff, TV shows or what have you. Like I've talked the story before. There was a lady that I was talking to, and she said, "Have you ever seen this show?" And she mentioned the show, and I said, "No, I don't watch TV. I wasn't trying to get into it. I just said no, I don't really watch TV too much." And she said, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is really good." Da, da, da. Then the next time I saw her, she's telling me about this other show, and she says, "Hey, did you ever see this show?" I said, "No, no, I don't watch these shows." Then she said, "Yeah, me neither. I don't watch TV. I don't watch TV." And she told me over a series of instances. She tell me about all the different shows she watches, but at the same time doesn't watch TV. And what I realized after, what she meant was cable TV, and she was watching on Netflix or whatever it is. And so that kind of stuff, I just don't know about. And that makes for some awkward conversations, to be honest with you, because I'm not going to tell somebody I don't watch TV because it's bad, and there's a million different reasons why it's bad. But it makes for somebody's asking you, "Hey, did you see the game with this team or that team?" And it's just like, no, I didn't catch it. So in that respect, it can create some difficulties. But yeah, I just love reading, and I love learning, and I love sharing. If somebody's like, for instance, just give you an example. Somebody's an electrician. I'll start asking questions. I'll start asking questions about it, and I'll just dig in. Like I want to learn about it. I want you to tell me about it, whatever that is. If you're a gardener, okay, tell me what kind of what kind of things do you use? What kind of soil amendments? Let me know about it. And even if I'm not going to ever do that thing, I just want to learn about it. So I'm always interested in learning, which is something, as a young person, maybe a lot of people aren't that interested. I know I wasn't in basically anything, but as I've, started to dig into my own learning, I'm addicted. So thank you for the support, Ryan. For what it's worth, tech equipment my business is waiting on has lead times in excess of 3 months. Some saying inventory will not be until March. It's crazy. I mean, think about how crazy this is. Why though? This is what I've been saying every day. Why is that happening? I get it. There's the shortages, the supply chains, things are expensive. But why is it? This has been a year and a half. China was shut down for an extra 1 week on top of what they were. That's all. 1 week. Okay, so the port was shut down here and there. That presents a problem. But come on, it's like something's wrong. Something's wrong. All the data that I have points to something is wrong. What that something is, I don't know. I can't. Is that vodka, water, or both? What does it look like? Cheers. It's Berkey filtered water. Berkey filtered water. All right. Nice living room. Yeah, it's actually a nice place. Look at this. That's beautiful. I think this is built into this software here or something. Excellent job in analysis and integrity. Thank you. Thank you. Do you think the shortages are manufactured? So I think there's real aspects. I think there's manufactured aspects to it. Trucker strike. Wow. I don't know if they believe they're not getting paid enough or whatever, but it's just like, what's going on? Like if all wages increase, what's going to happen? If I'm an employer, I've got 3 employees, I'm paying them let's just say $10 an hour. Now you want $15 an hour. I'm going to fire one person. And I'm not saying me, okay? I'm saying this is what employers are going to do. You got 3 employees. Now suddenly you got to pay them $15 each. Okay, what am I going to do? Fire the one guy. All right, he wasn't performing that well anyway. He's gone. Sorry, tough times. You two get $15 an hour. You're getting paid more, but now you're doing his job too. Split the work. Now you're doing it. You want to get paid? No? Get out of here. Somebody else come on in. It's just the way it is. It's the way it is. Well said, a year and a half. Agreed. Literal chip shortage. Yeah. Berkey as a sponsor. I would love Berkey as a sponsor. Oh my goodness. I've been using Berkey for well over 10 years. When did I get that? For sure over 10 years. For sure over 10 years. The only thing I hate about the Berkey is priming the filters. Priming the filters, oh my goodness. Does anybody know how to prime them really, really easily? You know, you do it under the faucet, you get sprayed in the eyeball, you spray your counter, you spray the cupboard, you're trying to hold it there, and I watch all the videos and it's just so frustrating trying to force it out. If anybody knows how to do it in a different way, please let me know. I've done the soak method. That doesn't really work well for me anyway. I always, you know, they have that little like a washer or whatever it's called, rubber washer thing. Put it on, you try to do it, and it just gets sprayed right. I've been sprayed in the eyeballs multiple times doing that. I love the Berkey. I really do, honestly. I think it's the best tasting water in the world. That you can get converting tap water into that. I'm sure some spring water tastes fantastic. But thank you so much for the support. Thank you. Thank you. I was watching some of your oldest videos recently. You look way healthier now. It must be the really the old videos. They were classic. I left them up. Even though like it's so terrible, I left them up specifically to show people one thing is like never give up. Okay, I don't have the natural skill and ability. Like I'm an introverted person. I don't have the ability to speak well. I don't have a natural voice for this or a desire. Like some people are extroverted. They feed off the energy of others and they love that kind of stuff and they're salespeople and this and that. I don't have that. So what did I do? I just kept doing it every day. Just kept doing it every day. Just make a video, make a video, make a video, make a video. Hey, it wasn't good. You know, you'll get it right tomorrow. You'll get it right tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Post it, get that information out, get it out. And I did that. And it's been 10 years. So whatever it is, do it, man. You know? The Berkey Rant GPS, they sell a primer. I've seen a kind of pump that like a hand pump that you attach to the end of it, but I didn't know if it worked. It was about $40. It wasn't cheap. I didn't want to buy it, and you know. Let me see. I see some other people talking about that. Berkey filters are worth every penny, and I know no way to prime it in any other way. Yeah, see? Ah, it's the worst. Same thing happens to me when I prime my. Okay, so at least I'm not alone. At least I'm not alone. Health GPS. Who said that? Hold on. There we go. Lost the chat. Health GPS. Cracking your back over the long term. Bad for your back. On top of it. Thanks. Yeah, it's the same with cracking your knuckles. I don't know if it creates a problem long term. If you do it probably often, I think it would. My hands are messed up. Now, I don't know if that's because of all the cracking. You used to crack so often. Who knows? But if you go to the chiropractor, what are they doing? They're cracking your back and you feel great after. So I really don't know. Buy used filters? Really? I don't know if I would want to do that. That short-term analysis of raising wages, things stabilize over time. Maybe. But the problem is with rising wages is like this. So you look at a McDonald's situation where, if I was opening up a fast food restaurant, I would get Flippy the robot and I wouldn't hire a person because I can invest $30,000 into Flippy. Flippy's going to do the fries. Flippy's going to do the burgers for me. I'm good in that respect. And then I can get one guy that does the drive-through or maybe the cash at the front or something, and he also does the refilling of the fries and the refilling of the burgers or whatever. So he could probably manage all of those tasks. I can get rid of probably one or two people. So that's just the way it is. I think that it obviously has some advantages to having like humans there and so on, but oh, this is funny. I just got an email from Facebook. Facebook is committed to protecting everyone's intellectual property, so we're letting you know that a video contains material that you may not have rights to use. Adna channel applied attribution to your video because it contains music, audio, or video that belongs to them. I don't use any copyright material in my work. I don't use any copyright material. That's why you see these pictures. Let me see what this is. It's the live. Who the heck is this? Adna channel. ADNA. Oh, Adna channel. You're gonna get a money GPS smackdown right here. What is this? Adna channel? What does that even mean? $516,000 subscribers? What? The heck is going on? Okay, I'll take care of that later. This is ridiculous. You see how this works? They can claim anything. I'm obviously not using any copyrighted material. Look at just my face. And then the platform simply just says, okay, yeah, sure, submit a dispute, yeah. Okay, I'll figure that out later. So what? People are so... They can't do anything honestly. So many people today, they can't be honest. It's terrible. I see a lot of these YouTubers out there, and like I talked about before, I'll just say it, okay? Meet Kevin, read about the article, Wall Street Journal, I showed you here on the channel. He specifically said, if I talk about something that looks negative, that video will get 60,000 views. If I talk about something that's positive, or I talk about AMC going to the moon, I'm going to get 200,000 views. So guess what? He talked about, he said, well, AMC might be going down, because things are riding. I would love it to go higher, but, things are getting a little bit crazy right now. He said he lost thousands of subscribers by saying that. Thousands of subscribers gone, not going to watch his video. Why? Because he said something negative. Okay, so this is what happens, and then people get the perception that, you know what, things are fantastic. Why? Because all of these other YouTubers out there are saying everything's great. And hey, there's no doubt about it, the stock market's gone up. But look at what this does to the perception of people. Instead of realizing, oh, wait a second, this is all fraud because the Federal Reserve is doing this, so we got to be on our tippy toes. We got to watch out right now. No, we don't get that kind of information. We don't get that anymore because that's negative. That's negative. Yeah. If everybody was, doing things the right way and being honest with each other, I think it would be a totally different story. But that's anyway. Whatever. Is that bogus background terrible for? I don't know. Cowards do this, David. Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I looked at their channel. I don't know why why are they doing this? All right, don't forget to hit that like button, guys, before you get out of here. We're going to go for maybe 10 more minutes, let's say. Then I got to deal with that nonsense It's literally my live video. Can you believe it? It's my face. They've claimed that my face is part of their copyright, and they'll probably win it too. They'll probably win it because the platforms are so ridiculous. I think it's hilarious. I try, but you know. Julia Gallup's book, Scout Mindset, goes into this. People like to lie to themselves too much. Thank you for the support, Ryan. And I do unfortunately agree. I do agree. Swordmaster, in case everything automated, how it will change the relationship between governments and companies since they don't generate jobs, higher taxes? No doubt, higher taxes are coming. They're on the middle class. In my opinion, there is no doubt about it. No doubt about it. The middle class will experience, because of what's happened 2020 up until now, you're talking about trillions of dollars, right? And there's people who will say, oh yeah, they can't do anything, or they're going to tax the rich, or this and that. Whenever have the rich people paid any taxes? And they could say, well, yeah, well, they're going to. They're going to. Can we go back in the Federal Reserve, the IRS, created 1913 up until the present day? What has happened? Middle class pay more taxes, the rich people pay less taxes. That's it. That's the way it's been. So what do you think the next 100 years is going to look like? More taxes. That's the financial future that we got going on. That's today's topic. Of course, we've gone in all directions, but what will the future look like? And it looks like higher taxes, a decaying society, and then a small group of people who are completely aware of everything, that are growing gardens, that are living a completely different life than their neighbors because they're awake, because they know what's going on. So I hope you are one of those people. I think that's the best thing to do. I think people should be, keep their eyes open, keep their mind open to the world, because quite frankly, there's a lot of nonsense going on today. People are trying to take advantage of each other, and it's just unfortunate. So how'd you get in my living room? Here, let's, I kind of want to leave that. I was just going to change the background back. But I kind of want to leave it to see if I get another one of these copyright material things, which is hilarious. The Global 15 corporate. So if you look at it, like, I don't know, this is kind of like a minimum, right? But it's funny because if you look at a lot of the countries, their corporate tax rate is higher than 15%. So it's kind of weird, but what they're trying to do is say, hey, you're not going to go to the Cayman Islands because they're going to tax you 15%. But the Cayman Islands said, we are tax neutral. We're tax neutral. If you have a people don't understand this. If you have a corporation in Cayman Islands, it gets taxed 0%. But if you want to bring those dollars from Cayman Islands to the US, to Canada, to the UK, whatever, it doesn't come back zero, like no tax. You then get taxed as it comes through. That's the way it works. I see this all the time. It's a complete misconception. You can't have money. Why everybody would do that? Everyone would just open up a Cayman Islands corporation and then just take the money as they wish and get paid that way. That's not how it works. If you live in the Cayman Islands, if you have your operations in the Cayman Islands, then you can actually take advantage of that. But if you just open up a Cayman's corporation, you can't just funnel your money through there. It doesn't work like that. They report everything to the CRA, the IRS, and so on. That's the way it works. All right, guys, you're going to stay for a few more minutes in here. Thank you all for being here today. Don't forget to hit that like button right here. Where is it? Can I hit that for you? Let me hit that for you. Wait, everything's backwards on a camera here, right there. Hit that like button. Stay tuned for the Money GPS because I got changes coming in. I've been working them out in my head. I've got stuff that I've written down. I'm bringing in some really good stuff. For the example that I used here is if it's a video about debt, you're not just going to get the news about debt, but I'm going to say basically, hey, are you interested in your five top tips for getting out of debt, stay to the end of the video. I'll give you that. And then you get just this list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and have maybe some infographic kind of stuff related to that. People getting out of debt, they want to know that information. They're there, but maybe you're not interested in that. It'll be at the end of the video. You simply just click off. So each and every video will be jam-packed with the news, but also action steps related to whatever the topic is, okay? So stay tuned for that. It's coming right away. I'm working on it now. Yeah, why will the Fed ever stop printing money? Who will force them? See, this is the misconception, is that people believe that the Federal Reserve wants to support the market, which I find very strange. Like, I get it. I get it, what they're saying. But in order to, okay, you know the line, qui bono or chi bono, basically is essentially who stands to gain, who will benefit. And so you start looking at that. If there's a crash, who benefits? Who benefits from it? Well, it's the richest of the rich people. And so what happens? They have a consolidation of power, control, and money, wealth, so on. All of these things happen in a crash. Not on the way up. On the way up, they do well. But then there's this huge drop at some point. And there are mergers and acquisitions. You get people like Warren Buffett, they get bailouts. And then you also get Bank of America come into Warren Buffett instead of the government, instead of the Federal Reserve. They say, Warren Buffett, please help us. Here are preferred shares, preferred pricing on the shares of Bank of America. Here you go, bail us out. And he takes it on, and it's fantastic. And then other people say, Bank of America is a good company. I'll get in. But of course, they didn't get in at the price Buffett got it. They got in at the regular price. So it's a different story. Okay? So the point here is that who wins in a crisis? It's the elite, the globalist elite, and what they do. They are the ones that control the Federal Reserve. They are the ones that pull the strings. They are the ones that love a crisis. The Federal Reserve is not there to support the markets. They are there to control the markets. Control up, control down. Higher taxes to pay for UBI? Yeah, I mean, it's like, here, we'll take your tax money and then we're going to give it back to you. In a sense, could be what happens. We'll see. I see people talking within the chat. I love that. Sorry, you pointed at the dislike, thumbs down, so I have to click it. That's all good. That's all good. Thumbs down, thumbs up. It supports the channel. Anything you want to click on, just click on something. Like button on your right. Where is it here? Somewhere here? Somewhere there? All good. Pointing to the living room rug. Okay. Was I? Is that what I was doing here? I'll do that. I'll do it anyway. Here we go. Here's a rug. Nice rug, by the way. Looks like they've got playing cards here, which is nice. This is a huge, look at this. That's a four cushion couch. Got a leather couch in here. And maybe another leather couch. Good stuff. Whoever else that says, beautiful. High ceilings. Good stuff. All right. They just want the boom and bust. I agree. GPS, can you please make the background the moon? I don't have that picture in here. Let me see what I've got. I only have a few pictures. I could do this. How's that? You remember this? I wanted to only save this since we're at the end. I mean, we're already an hour and 20 minutes in. This was for the $1 trillion repo party. I think at 1.5 trillion, we'll do this again. We'll have the $1.5 trillion repo party, reverse repo. Absolutely. Try to take as many questions as I possibly can. It's hard. Sometimes I know I miss a lot of questions. The workers will revolt. Probably not. Like the hungrier they are, the more desperate they are. It's a fact. The hungrier they are, the more desperate they are. The rave GPS. Do I think Bitcoin is a Ponzi? I don't think so. I don't think so in that respect. I don't think so. Is it going to go to 1,000,000, 500,000, 10 million, 50 million, a billion, a trillion? Like I've heard all these videos. They get millions of views on the videos, but it doesn't really mean anything because it's a future prediction. Nobody knows. What I mean, I love the fact that I could transact internationally without a third party. I don't need to ask permission when it comes through into me. The bank isn't asking me 20 questions. Why are you taking your money out? Why are you doing this and that? I love that. I love any system that does that. I love any system that challenges the mainstream, the mainstream financial media. I hate the mainstream financial companies. I hate the mainstream financial media too. But anyway. Whole different story. The greatest background of all time right here. We need to party again. We do. I was going to thumb down Meet Kevin's video, but YouTube still considers it an interaction. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Honestly, there's people that I know of that they get a lot of thumbs down on their videos, but the guy's like, well, he's like, yeah, give me a thumbs down. Do it. Do it. And he almost creates... It almost like gets you to hate him a little bit, or like really polarizing individual, because he doesn't care. He doesn't care if you hate him or like him or whatever. He doesn't look at the comments. He doesn't look at the videos. He just posts a bunch of stuff. People watch. People don't watch it. He just posts it, and that's it. That's all for entertainment purposes. He makes the income somehow. That's it. MABW on YouTube literally is copying your vid live right now, play by play. What is this? MABW? I've never heard of that. MABW. Maybe I got the wrong channel. This is some weird things I'm getting. But anyway. All right, what can I do? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. They just rip it off. Don't give any. They don't give any credits or anything, unfortunately. Yes, that's true. All right, guys, I'm gonna take off in a moment. Thank you very much for being here today. Hope you saw the video I did today about China. A lot is going on in China. There's so much for me to say, and I find often, where do I even begin? But you know, we'll see. Try to put together some more data for you. You know, I try to just pull as much as I can, and often I find like sometimes I have like 50 different tabs, and then I'm like, no, this is way too much. This is way too much. So I'll shrink it down. I'll cover that tomorrow, and then I never get to it tomorrow because tomorrow is filled with a whole bunch of other stuff. So I try to do what I can. But yeah, every day, new videos coming, new stuff is coming. I'm gonna bring out, like I said, like sort of action steps at the end of each of the videos. So I brought in the Money GPS Insights, which kind of simplifies things, try to make it an investor focus. Try to give people like tips and things, but now I'm going to go to the next level on that. For people who stay to the end of the video, you're going to get really good stuff, and each and every video is going to have some of these practical things that people can do. So I hope that will be of use to people. I want to make this the absolute best channel for information related to money out there, where you're going to be able to dig in a layer deeper than you're going to get anywhere else. And obviously that's not for everybody. People just want to know ticker symbols and stuff. Probably not the place to get that, but I'm going to do what I can. Okay. Absolutely. Thank you. Next live will likely be Friday, maybe Saturday, but I try to let you guys know like at least half an hour before if I can. Sometimes I just kind of have to go live right away. It's just the way the schedule works. But probably Friday if I can. Probably Friday. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you. If you ever have any suggestions for the channel, always let me know. As you know, I read the comments, I read every single comments. Maybe sometimes I can only give the like and the heart, or I just say thank you or whatever, but I'm reading every comment as I move through. Literally, I read every comment. And there's a lot of spams, a lot of like stuff that comes through. So it's hard sometimes. I miss things, sure, but I do what I can. I try to reply to every single person because I understand that you've taken the time to write to me. So I want to give that same respect back to you. So I try to do what I can. But yeah, good info. Please also dumb it down for people like me. So if you're unaware of certain things that I'm talking about, go to the playlist section of my channel. So go to the Money GPS, and then you scroll down. There's a bunch of playlists, and one of them, either the second from the bottom or the very bottom, it says the Money GPS e-course. And that there, I get into so many different things. What is a bail-in? What is a stock? What is a bond? So I'm talking about all that stuff there, and then you can learn a whole bunch. But a lot of that stuff is in my book, but this is free. You don't have to pay anything. You can just learn directly from those. So I highly recommend checking that out. Yeah. So I don't know what happened to your email. Yeah. Do you send that email? So it only comes through weekdays, and you got the confirmation email. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the issue is. But if you email insiders at themoneygps.com, insiders at themoneygps.com, and just say, hey, I'm not receiving the emails, then I can look into it. I'm not sure why you wouldn't be getting them. If it's not coming to the spam, the junk folder, something's not right. So we can figure that out. I know there's people that reply to those emails directly, so I know that it is working for some people. I get the emails, I get them too. Yeah, let me know. Let me know. I'm pushing your channel, but the family just doesn't understand. Yeah, so let me tell you what I'm about to do in the very near future. It's going to take me a little while to develop these kind of like infographic. So what I was doing on the Instagram, YouTube, or Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all these things, I was creating these infographics. So what I'm going to do is kind of take that infographic thing and put it in the last 30 seconds or a minute of each and every video. And that's the kind of information. So people are getting the news. Yeah, sure, the news. But then at the end of it, here are some action steps that individuals can take. So I'm like bringing the Money GPS up to the next level. So I've been trying to do this, a lot of different things, shortening the introduction down to 30 seconds. So I used to have up to 2-minute introduction. Now it's 30 seconds. So you're getting right into it right away. I'm putting the timestamps so that people, if I talk about the economy, the stock market, and let's say China, somebody's only interested in China, they go forward right to the end of it. Hey, at least if they get a little piece of information, maybe they'll come back later for the other one. So I improved, all different levels of the show. I'm trying to make it a little bit more digestible for people who are, kind of on the fence about information and stuff. And I think where I'm going to be taking it literally as of this month should help people a lot. I'm trying to, I was thinking about it. Maybe I should just make it more of a mainstream kind of generic thing, but no, I can't do that. But what I can do is add some cool things to these videos to make it more informative for everybody and make it, easy to digest. Okay. I'm not book smart. I love to listen to people learn a lot from you. Yeah, I'm not a smart person personally, but we can take in the information, digest it, bring it out there, give it to people in a nice way. And I'm glad that you're here on the channel. I'm a student myself of all this stuff, and so yeah, I appreciate that. Don't blend in with the rest. Yeah, I'm not. I can't. I thought about it. I can do it like this guy's channel. He's so successful. I could do it like that, but I couldn't produce content like that. I just couldn't. It's just not. It would be like, hey, this guy is a fraud or whatever, because you would see that it's incongruent with me. I'm here to bring you the truth. I've been doing it for 10 years, so I hope you appreciate that. So All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good stuff. I'm going to take off. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here today with me. Um, you know, I think Friday, I guess, will be the next one. But definitely check out the videos, the daily videos, doing more and more, trying to tighten up, tone them up, make them better, make them more informative. Thank you all for being here today, and I'll